the native elders of the Arctic have sent out a warning to NASA and the world. The Inuit elders of the Arctic have been saying that the world is changing, and they can tell this because of the way that the land and weather is acting. They've said that even things like their food supply isn't acting how it used to, and that increased flooding is coming into their communities and ruining their homes. The sun has also been observed way off its normal point in regards to the horizon. Some of the elders said they used the night sky as a way of helping them with direction, but now even the alignments in the sky are off. They have warned scientists and researchers that something big is happening to planet Earth, and interestingly this was even backed up by scientists recently, with them saying that within the last 25 years, Earth has been knocked off its axis. Sheng Deng, from the Institute of Geographic Sciences and Natural Resource Research at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, said the following: "The accelerated decline in water stored on land resulting from glacial ice melting is the main driver of the rapid polar drift after the 1990s. It tells you how strong this mass change is. It's so big that it can change the axis of the Earth." End quote. These observations by the elders were even featured in the documentary Inuit Knowledge and Climate Change. They voiced their concerns over things that they've witnessed, and have said that something needs to change, otherwise countless people are going to be affected. Although the elders have come forward with their observations and concerns, they've said that they don't necessarily want to speak to scientists about this, but are rather sharing their knowledge of the area that they live in, and are trying to pass on the changes that they've witnessed firsthand. Zacharias Kunag, the director of the documentary, said the following: "Over the years nobody has listened to these people. Every time the discussion about global warming, about the Arctic warming, it's scientists that go up there and do their work, and policymakers depend on these findings. Nobody ever really understands the people up there." End quote. The comments from the elders aren't coming from a place of anger, and they're not trying to cause panic or divide, but rather they're just sharing their opinions on the matter, and when doing so they just come across as sad. They love and respect the environment, and the fact this is unfolding in front of their eyes is upsetting them. They want to save the wildlife and everything around them, and they want to make sure that there is a future for generations. One example given by the elders is that of seals, which are their main food source, and they've said that they're acting differently, and that it's becoming much harder for them to feed themselves. As mentioned, floods are also hitting the regions, which is having a knock-on effect on the nearby communities. Kunuk said the following about the situation: "We know for a fact that way up in the high Arctic, there are mummified tree trunks, showing that the Earth's climate was once totally different. Also, when Inuit hunters talk about animals, they always talk about cycles. Everything goes in cycles. We just have to adapt to it." End quote. Interestingly though, the elders did go against what scientists have said is happening in the region. Scientists said that polar bear populations are massively decreasing, but the elders said that polar bear populations are actually on the increase, and that they've seen record numbers of them coming into local communities. They did say though that they're not happy with scientists and how they're acting, describing that some researchers are putting collars around these polar bears, and this is causing the animals distress, especially since polar bears spend the majority of their time out in the open and rarely interact with humans. NASA said that they're taking these claims seriously, and that every year they work with established researchers in order to work out a way to tackle climate change. NASA said the following about the issue on their website: "Earth's climate has changed throughout history. Just in the last 650,000 years, there's been 7 cycles of glacial advance and retreat, with the abrupt end of the last ice age around 11,700 years ago, marking the beginning of the modern climate era, and of human civilization. Most of these climate changes are attributed to very small variations in Earth's orbit that changes the amount of solar energy our planet receives. The current warming trend is of particular significance because it's definitely the result of human activity since the mid-20th century and is proceeding at a rate that is unprecedented over millennia. It's undeniable that human activities have warmed the atmosphere, ocean and land, and that widespread and rapid changes in the atmosphere, ocean and cryosphere and biosphere have occurred. Earth-orbiting satellites and other technological advances have enabled scientists to see the big picture, collecting many different types of information about our planet and its climate on a global scale. This body of data collected over many years reveals the signals of a changing climate. The heat-trap nature of carbon dioxide and other gases was demonstrated in the mid-19th century. Their ability to affect the transfer of infrared energy through the atmosphere is the scientific basis of many instruments flown by NASA. There's no question that increased levels of greenhouse gases must cause Earth to warm in response. Ice cores drawn from Greenland, Antarctica and tropical mountain glaciers show that Earth's climate responds to changes in greenhouse gas levels. Ancient evidence can also be found in tree rings, ocean sediments, coral reefs and layers of sedimentary rocks. This ancient or paleoclimate evidence reveals that current warming is occurring roughly 10 times faster than the average rate of Ice Age recovery warming. Carbon dioxide from human activity is increasing more than 250 times faster than it did from natural sources after the last Ice Age." End quote. So what do you guys make of this? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.